Focus your attention in the distance. Keep your eyes open, ready to prepare for precipitation. With one move, we shall count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Your move, sir.
Where is she? What have you done with her?
If I told you that, sir, then what advantage do I have?
Bring her back.
And then what? You take me back? She is safe, but I cannot return her to you yet. She is my guarantee.
Against what exactly?
Let's drop these pretences, please. I'm surprised he sent only 2 of you this time. He normally sends at least 4. The scowls, the knives, the pistols. I assure you this encounter will end the same way as it did with all the others. You will go home, red-faced, empty-handed, with your tails between your legs.
I don't think we're the same people you're talking about.
And that is what concerns me. Why only 2? Why so calm? Why the lying?
I'm not lying. I have no idea who these people you're talking about are, and I'm not here to take you anywhere. My name is Stephen Brown. My companion's name is Kate. We're travellers. We came to London to see the great exhibition and stumbled upon your show. I have no knives, no pistols, and no idea what you're talking about. If you care to enlighten me, and not with a candle trick either.
Why should I believe you?
Well, we'll get to that. But if I am lying, then what's the harm in telling me something I'd already know? Who is he?
He is the overseer. He is truly nefarious.
Please. I can't do this anymore.
Be quiet. Continue.
I need to stop.
Is there not a way that we could use these experiments for medical purposes? I mean, that's the reason why I agreed to undertake these experiments with you. I mean, this just seems to be pushing this man to his ultimate limits.
And in studying man's limits, we learn to work within them. You fail to see the bigger picture. You lack perspective.
The bigger picture just seems to be increasing this man's pain and suffering.
Please, you've got to let me stop.
Be quiet. Don't make me repeat myself. What can we ascertain at this stage?
In the 4th hour, his performance seems to be deteriorating and his body seems to be fighting the impulses.
Then the dosage of the drug must be increased.
But that would lead to toxic shock. I mean, this is about as much as this man's body can take.
Your body can take no more. Use your mind to take you further. It limits our weaknesses. Do not recognize them.
Look, we can't do much more with him. Like this. Why don't we just let him rest and then we can recommence?
Please, I can't.
You are quite pathetic, all of you. You have no will, no resolve, no belief in your own capabilities. Feed him, give him water, clothe him properly.
This man's dead, Professor.
How very disappointing.
And he was recording everything?
Yes. Perhaps I was lucky. I was looked after a bit better than most. According to him, I had potential.
You certainly do. So how much of your power did you have before the experiments?
A little. I could move things about, make small objects disappear, free a bird from its cage and so on.
And how did you control it?
That was just it. I couldn't really. Things only started to happen when I was high on emotion, not when I wanted to do something in particular.
And how did this overseer come to find you?
I was a child at the Magdalene Asylum. He told me that. He liked to see my reaction.
I'm sorry, a Magdalene Asylum? As in Mary Magdalene?
Workhouse prisons. Asylums for fallen women. My mother, I'm told, was a whore. She was taken to the asylum in Leeson Street in Dublin. She was heavily pregnant, dragged there screaming and ranting and spitting, claiming she'd had a satanic union and was carrying the child of the devil. The overseer says he saved me from being killed. He pretended to be a priest. He told them he could save my soul by removing me from her quickly. She died in the process.
I can't imagine how that must make you feel.
It's bizarre, really. Don't even know what to think. The only thing that makes it bearable is that I can believe it to be untrue.
So, you were raised at this facility?
As I said, having some potential probably saved my life. When I was young, I thought he'd saved me from the workhouse. I was loyal and grateful. I was brought up as a normal boy in a normal house until I was about 13. That's when the powers started to become a little stronger. He trained me to try and use them. At 16, I resisted the training. He threatened to hand me over to the authorities. He told me where I had come from and moved me to the facility. I was terrified.
I can't blame you. So how did you escape?
He knew I had mastered moving and teleporting larger and larger objects. I managed to keep that a secret. I waited for my opportunity. Then one day I said goodbye to him and the others and did the cloak trick for the very first time.
Your debut performance?
Yes. I really rather enjoyed the reaction and the shock of the thugs as they ran away from me. I managed to take this on my way. I don't know what it is. He called it a date dish?
Data disk. This could help explain a lot. Do you mind if I borrow this?
Well, not at all. But what for?
I have ways of reading it. Time for me to show you my talents. Robo, beam me up. Robo, I need a scan run on this disc. Tell me all you can.
Various reports on experiments on human subjects, tests of endurance, pain, the psychological effects of punishments, analysis of human capabilities.
What is its origin?
Bormarian, Bormarius 1 and 2 are planets in the Darien galaxy. Their species are humanoid, highly intelligent. They are a society with great interest in science. They seek out other species to explore their nature, and they take the best from each to add to their own gene pool.
I see. And so this Ormarian, how long has he been on Earth?
The reports span 30 years, Master. Where is Mistress Kate?
Long story, Bobo. I want you to keep running your analysis here and update me when you know more. I've got to get back to Earth.
Understood. I will report soon.
Very good. I have some competition, it seems.
Not really. It's not my power.
What is it then?
Well, electricity, really.
There are no wires.
It's kind of hard to explain. Let's just say I took a brief visit to my ship.
You sailed? To England?
Yeah, kind of. Look, can we just get Kate back now, please?
I'm rather reluctant to do that.
But why? Surely you understand I'm not one of them.
I'm fairly convinced of that. But if you've been hounded like I have, you wouldn't trust anyone.
I understand. What can I do to prove it to you?
Let me sail away with you.
Sorry, ship's full. Perhaps I could make it safer for you to live here.
How?
Let's see if we can do something about this overseer, shall we?
And what would that be?
I don't know, stop him doing what he's doing. And stop him pursuing you at all.
And how would we do that?
Well, you know where this facility is, don't you?
Well, I can barely remember. It's all such a blur, such a panic. And besides, they wouldn't just let me find them.
Then they must find us.
How?
Well, I assume you keep your abilities fairly quiet. Move around a lot?
Well, yes. I mean, I try to earn an honest wage. I could steal anything, but I prefer to keep things honest.
Then we must be completely honest. I've the facility on my ship to make and distribute hundreds of posters in a fairly short amount of time, advertising the full range of your abilities.
And we could bring them to me.
Imagine it. Hundreds of posters raining from the sky, all advertising the great Maskevant.
And where do we hold this event?
Take your pick. You ever played a big theatre?
No. And how do we book one? We haven't got the money.
We don't need to book one. Surely we can just make our way in.
And they would come to us.
Exactly. I think it's time for your West End debut. Oh no! Where are you taking us?
Shut up.
What is the meaning of this? Where are we?
I will do the questioning, please, sir. And you will give me full and complete answers if you value your life. I have more things to ask you, but first, I have questions to ask him. Thomas, you and I must talk. You've been a bad boy. A very bad boy.